Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, guys. How is everyone doing today? Do you guys feel well? Yep. Oh, good. Nice, nice. So, how is trading going? Are you holding any trades? We're gonna start. We will start now. Let's check the Australian dollar against the US dollar now. In Australia, they reported the interest rates earlier this morning. They kept them the same, so the Australian dollar really experienced some sort of, at the least during the Tokyo and Sydney session. Let's see if this is going to continue all the way during the London session and hopefully during the New York session too. So what do we see here? That's an interesting chart. Now the price, as you guys see, the price the price made this higher high and higher low, of course, but at this point here it tried to make a new high, but it kind of false break it. Okay, this high here with this high there is a still higher high than this one here, so we technically say that the trend is still moving upwards. Okay, but there is only one thing with this market. It's like every time the price retraces, we expect to see the new move and to the upside, of course, to move far away from the previous high. But in this case, this didn't occur. Again, this one becomes our reference as the low. If we're going to if the price penetrate this low and move lower, that's a strong sign that this trend came to an end. But first, we need to see this. We need the price to penetrate this low here. Is that clear to everyone? Do you guys understand this? You can use the chats to ask any questions you may have. Yeah, so far all good. Next, euro against the US dollar. This is not an uptrend anymore. Price makes lower low. It made a higher high. So in technical analysis, we call this as a non-failure swing. A non-failure swing followed by penetration of the recent swing low, the one I point here. So the price, it might gonna move lower. So we can rearrange the support and resistance lines here. So far the new low is here, the new high it's still there. The support now becomes the low of this candle here, and the resistance becomes the high of this one here. Yep, so far this is how we read this market. Okay, any questions? All good? Clear? Great. So let's check the next one. That's the pound against the US dollar. Yesterday I got triggered in this trade. I also posted on our Telegram channel. Why? That's a low risk trade, of course. It's a low probability trade, but again, it's a low risk. I didn't take this trade from here because we had this upward trend line still intact. It broke with this bearish candle, and then an inside green candle followed. And yesterday, the price made a bearish engulfing, kind of toasting this green candle, and that's a strong sign for possible reversal. Now, it might play around and move upwards, but again, that's a strong resistance. The trend line has been broken, and that's the first sign when the market is about to transit. I say transit, and I don't say it's going to change trend, because maybe after an upward trend line breaks, the market is going to move sideways and it's going to move upward. So it's going to take some time in consolidation before it's going to move lower. And that's the thing why we don't usually experienced traders, we don't usually trade this type of setups anymore, because the market, as you understand, that after a resistance being hit, especially if it's if the price is used to trending, let's say, upwards, and it wasn't in any kind of consolidation, the market can enter a sideways move for a while. But again, because there is no lower low yet, that's a low risk trade, okay, because it's also a low probability. That's why I go for only 1.5 to 1 reward to risk. I don't go for 2 or 3 to 1 on this one here. Next one, New Zealand against the US dollar. So if we zoom out a little bit, we see that, yeah, clearly the market on the daily chart, it's in an uptrend. It makes higher highs and higher lows. Of course, in this case, I expect the market to maintain its upward momentum unless this swing low here is going to be penetrated. We don't have any evidence of reversal. So not much with this one here for now. USD Canadian dollar. The price made pretty much a bullish engulfing over there. But is it a bullish engulfing? Okay, price didn't move higher than the previous candle high, so it's just, no, it's not. Okay, sometimes we have to zoom in much on the price, but anyhow, this market, it's in a downtrend, very clear and established downtrend, with series of lower highs at 3 and 4 and lower lows at 1 and 2. Excuse me guys for a sec. And if we see the price moving, if the price moves upward and hit this resistance line here, we might gonna see some reaction, and any rejection at this resistance here can be used to initiate some short positions. Okay. Do you think, someone asked, do you think the dollar will continue higher this week? To be honest, I think that yes, because of the non-farm payroll, and it's been a while that the dollar, it's it's moving lower, so a retrace, we don't know if it's going to be a trend reversal, but a retrace is likely to occur. Scott said not much for now. Someone says, I don't think it's a bullish engulfing. Yes, that's correct. Colin, yeah, this is why we need to observe the price properly. That's very, very true. Anderson said we might see a reaction from that trend line. Definitely. Look, it need to retrace a bit. Gabriel, yes, this looks like a pullback on the dollar. Yep, I agree with all of you guys. So next one, US dollar CHF. Dollar CHF. I had a pending order yesterday, and again, I sent it to the Telegram channel. It's to enter above the previous high here, but it didn't trigger. Now, of course, depends on your broker and on the spread. Maybe the ask line got you in the trade, but I don't think so because the distance is fairly wide. Anyway, we are using all the time. How do you call it? Automatically, we set up the time to cancel the order if the price doesn't move to the direction we want it to go. But anyhow, this market is at a strong support as per the past, and a strength on the dollar. It can also lead the USD CHF to the upside. We observe that the Swiss franc is quite strong lately, and I paired it up with the Australian dollar possible weakness, and I'm in a trade on the Aussie CHF short. I will show you in a while from yesterday. USD JPY, it's in a downtrend, and here is my checklist. It's still there. So that was the swing. That's the high, that's the low. Price made a lower low, and then it retraced back. It created a swing high here, ordering high. So we have a lower high followed by a new lower low. So it's very much a downtrend. So I'm waiting for some. I want to see a couple of green candles before I sell. For me, it's not enough to see only one red candle or one green candle for retracement and sell. I don't like that. Maybe for institutional traders and hedge funds, these are great opportunities. But for a retail trader, the probability and the reward to risk is not favorable. And unless you understand what's your capability as a retail trader, then you're going to find it hard to experience market and in a nature, and to experience trading in a way you have to experience trading. And I always refer to the smart money concept, that it's a variation of technical analysis, how we analyze the trend. They just give a different meaning. It's exactly based on the lower highs and lower lows, higher highs and higher lows, and on a lower time frame execution. So it's the time frame correlation pairing with some higher time frame analysis. That's all. But again, as a retail trader in forex trading, you're trying to go, let's say you pick up the price from the bottom and you want to get out here, let's say it's an order blow or something, but in order to get that 10-to-1 winning ratio, you most likely you're going to go through many losing trades. And then it comes down to the trader, or how much the trader afford mentally to experience losing trades. That's all. It's all about each trader's personality. It's not about the strategy. It's about the trader's personality. Okay. So in this market here, again, I would like to see the buyer stepped in for a while, a couple of days before to sell. Next one, JBP, JPY. Price made a higher high as we see, but it's retracing right now almost all the move. So it retraced more than 78.6%. That's the low here. Once this low penetrated to the downside, we're going to definitely start looking for short positions. Comments. Ashley said Euro, Japanese yen is on a downtrend on a lower time frame. Absolutely, it is. Relay said it is basically the same thing exactly. Guys, in trading, no retail trader reinvented the wheel and came up with this strategy to how to win all the time in the market. Okay. And again, you're going to hear me saying that all the time. At some point, if you want to really take trading seriously, you have to start separating who is the YouTuber and who is the trader, or who is the promoter and who is the trader, who is the analyst and who is the, for example, if I do this, okay, sorry, it's just an example now. Let's say we see the market that it moved to the downside, and I do this. I come, okay, I covered this area here. I said, okay, now we are trading like this, and I see, you see the market make lower highs and lower lows, and in our group we enter a trade from here. We had a stop loss there, and then somehow you move it fast forward, and you coming, boom, and we take profits right here. You see, we pick up the top, we pick up the bottom. I mean, all this stuff are not healthy. Okay, but again, there are hundreds and thousands of these type of tricks on videos on YouTube. So please pay attention to whom you choose to listen, because that's gonna really affect your trading performance, your perspective about trading overall, and maybe that's the person you can feel comfortable to trade with or to receive the knowledge. Maybe it's not me, and that's totally fine. Just make sure you find someone that you really understand by his or her trading actions and analysis and overall trading personality, that is the right person to pay attention and learn and apply, because that's gonna make a hell lot of a difference in your trading. Okay, guys? Losing is part of the game, from Sarah. Yes, exactly. Tegan said there is no 100% strategy in the market. That's true. Giselle means the price is pretty bearish on pound JPY, correct? So this is bearish. There is nothing we can do now in this time frame to enter the market. Rory says you need to follow the right person. Exactly. And again, guys, I'm not saying that I'm the right person for everyone. Maybe the way I trade, it's not what somebody likes. So far, looks like that many people, they like the way I trade, the way I teach, the way I do the analysis of the market. Remember, I'm one of the few certified financial technical analysts out there. So, yeah, you might want to at least listen to what I have to say and then try to validate yourself. On the weekly chart, though, we explained yesterday that this double inside candle could fuel some sell-offs. Now, on the daily chart, we cannot trade it because we don't have any catalyst here. But if you go on the 15-minute chart, you see the market had this consolidation, break to the downside, we could, this is the breakouts we can really take with a, we can sell here with a stop loss above there. I'm not saying that because we see now the market already moved, not at all. I'm just saying that because on the daily chart, when we did our analysis just 30 seconds ago, we understood that we want to sell this market based on the series of lower highs and lower lows of that very deep retracement that may not going to be a bounce anytime soon to the upside unless we hit this low around 184.45. So if we go to a lower time frame, we can, there is a high chance that this market it's going to go for sell today. So here is the lower time frame support that aligns with, of course, with higher time frame support, of course. But it was a range. We said we want to sell, and it's high probability to trade the breakout of the range. Okay, right now I'm not going to sell it because the market is already sold off from an area of resistance. I want the market to create a kind of structure, like to retrace back, maybe reaches this area of resistance, and if it prints some kind of reversal price action or some kind of double top, then I will be happy to sell it. If that's how I'm trading, I'm consistent with my trading. I'm not jumping from time frame to time frame. I have only a couple of time frames I look on a daily basis all day long, and that's all. The euro, of course, too much weakness on the euro. Price yesterday touched this area of support and it didn't move to the upside. So ideally a break to the downside, it's going to be ideal. Now keep in mind, hello Rumen, welcome. Keep in mind, guys, that once you see this price action here, okay, let me teach you something about the markets. Price action reversal at support, if it's going to follow by a strong bearish candle, and the next candle, we're going to see tomorrow again, if it's going to be a little bit smaller, it's going to have a smaller body, maybe we're going to see a tiny reversal, and that reversal is usually a very, very good trading setup. Okay, especially if it's going to be somewhere around the support. We're going to monitor the markets in the next couple of days, and we will comment about that. Okay. Again, if we're going to buy to a downtrend at support, it's a very low probability setup, but it can still be a winning trade. Okay, that's why we reduce our risk when we take trades that they are not within a trending market. New Zealand JPY. Price made a higher high. As I have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the chart, I'm looking for bullish price action. But if it's going to break below the 3, then I will change the market here. It was an alert to enter short from there. It didn't trigger. So if the price penetrates the 3, the low at 3, I will definitely rearrange my my lows and highs, and I will be looking then for the entry based on my strategy to go short. Okay. Australian dollar, finally, it moved lower. I was looking really yesterday to place a penny order, and that's the thing when you live in Europe and you're not in Australia anymore. But I used to be. I can't trade on these higher time frames the Japanese yen currency pairs, and that's upsets me a lot, because at the time I have to place the pending orders or the market execution orders. It's already the Asian session and the Sydney session ended, so I just left hanging there. On the weekly chart, Australian dollar JPY, it had this hanging man here that I love to trade from resistance. Look at these guys. An inside candle last week, followed by another inside candle, and this inside candle, it was a hanging man, pretty much very close to a hanging man. Okay, but again, that's a double inside on a weekly chart. It means a breakout on a lower time frame. It will be a strong directional move. So here is the breakout. So now pending order cannot be placed, so we delete that. Failure swing here, yes, it was a failure swing. Now we have this reference here, and that's all what we need. So bearish on this one. There is still 50 pips for the price to test this low. Swiss franc and Japanese yen. Swiss franc is quite strong, to be honest, in general. So we see, again, Japanese yen is very, very explosive. So I'm not going to get involved with that one. Canadian dollar, very messy here. No structure, no highs, no lows. So actually, the only high and low that I could define based on, actually, it was one of the most difficult markets to analyze this week, because I had to go a little bit backwards to start understanding where to map the market, and I just identified based on technical analysis that this high here and this low there, they are the ones that change some structure before. So we need either the price to move upwards or the price to move downwards in order to make a solid plan. So for now, we are just watching that. Let's check the gold. Bearish engulfing, all-time high at 21.44 or 21.43, 45, depends on your broker, on the broker you have. Overall, market makes higher highs and higher lows. Bearish engulfing, market still in an uptrend, so there is a support zone here. If the price comes at this support, we have to see what's going on now. Remember, I told you sometimes we may understand what's going on, but maybe the moves are not tradable for a retail trader like us. This is exactly one of the moves that on this time frame, it's not tradable. Why? Because if you trade this, you enter there with a stop loss here to make one-on-one, one-to-one, you need the price to move a hell of a distance. You need the price to come from here to there. Now, if you apply the indicator, the average true range, and you'll see how much on average the gold market moves on a daily basis, you understand that it's going to take about 2 to 3 weeks for this one to reach the target of just one-to-one. Now, what's the issue with that? Technically, if you're going to take one-to-one, and something that other people, they might don't tell you that, because you need to cover the swap the broker will charge you, the overnight fees, and that double swap on Wednesday, you must go for more than one-on-one like this one, let's say 1.15, in order to cover all the commissions, all the overnight fees, and to make your one-on-one. Okay, so you will see me enter in trades literally with small price action bodies, because that gives faster reward to risk if the reward is gonna get hit. Yeah, true. Doug said there is no way I will go for one-on-one on gold. Never and ever. That will be a crazy move. Yep. Bob So what do we do on this? That's a great question. That's the question. So what do? We identify that there is a weakness here. So we can go on a lower time frame and we can find this. You see there are swings here. Maybe we can play a breakout on this swing here. So we enter there on a breakout with a stop loss here, and we can go for 221. So within a day, maybe we're going to be lucky to get a good move out of the gold on a lower time frame. But you always need, before you go to the time frame you want to execute to take the trade, you always need to know in which direction you want to trade. All right, guys, always. Any other currency pair? Here is the one I'm holding from yesterday. So that's the Australian dollar CHF. Bearish engulfing here, bearish engulfing there. I enter at this point there. The stop loss above here. So the first one-on-one, it's by the time the price, it's going to hit this as one support if the trade will play out well. And then there is another trade for 321 just above the support. And something else, try not to take profits just at support if you are selling or at resistance. Just try to get them just a little bit above support or below resistance. Okay. Now, we're gonna, because this is on a daily chart, we're gonna see this trade in the next few days as well. Pound trade, yeah, let's hope that it's gonna move to the downside, so why not? And German 40, oh, that's a nice, very, very nice doji after a strong impulse move to the upside. And this is a kind of price action. Yeah, it's a low probability trade, but if it's going to give the reward to risk, it's going to be quite large. Okay, so we might going to go for that. We enter short there. So we can enter short below the low of this candle here with a stop loss above. Again, I use the disclaimer at the beginning, so I'm not here to give any financial advice or any personal recommendation. I'm only here to do market analysis as a certified financial technical analyst, and also to show you why not the trades I take. If you want to take the same trades, you add your own risk and whatever you're comfortable to trade. Okay. So this one might can give a more than 3-1. So I will keep an eye on that, and maybe I will take this trade short, but with a low, very low reward to risk. Nothing compared to a risk on the trade. Nothing compare when I trade trends. Do we not need to see a structure come in? Yes. That's what I'm saying. Every move, there is a resistance here, a strong resistance. So the price, it might gonna react from this resistance, because if all the buyers, they came here and they didn't manage yesterday to look at these buyers here, strong buying pressure, and at this point they didn't manage to push the price beyond the resistance, and it looks like there is a weakness in the market. Now pay attention to this. A weakness at resistance doesn't mean it's gonna kick the sellers to push the price lower. All right, that's why this is a low probability trade. It's not a high probability trade, because we don't have that sequence of lower highs and lower low yet. But does this mean we can't trade? We can't take this trade? No, we can take the trade, but we are smart enough to think, okay, low probability trade, why am I not reducing a little bit my trading position and take this trade? Okay, that's how I see it from my trading experience. So risking the same in all trades, it's not a smart decision. Risking the same percentage or amount of money on the same setup, let's say trending market, yes, it's a smart decision, but risking the same in a low probability like this one here, that's not a smart decision. But again, each person can do whatever they decide to do in their trading. WTI, last one, prices, it got kicked off from this bearish engulfing at the swing high. Still making lower highs and lower lows. On the lower time frame, there were some moves, some very choppy moves here during the New York session. Okay, but I didn't get involved. Usually I don't see this on the intraday basis. So guys, I think that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. If you find some value, you can like the videos, you can subscribe on any channel you want. Feel free to join our Telegram channel. I mean, it's absolutely not mandatory, you're not obligated to do. And yeah, thank you so much for your participation. Here at MarketMinds Mastery, we really appreciate the effort you are putting every day to become a skillful trader, a good trader. Regardless, these webinars are for free. We really try to do our best to give you the real information that you need to apply, and with your also own understanding to start trading and experience trading with happy emotions, with not too much of frustration. Okay, so everyone, have a fantastic day ahead. Enjoy your morning, your afternoon, your evenings, and we will be here tomorrow at the same time to do our analysis for the day. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.